Good morning, racing fans, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park. Dave Rodman in for Kylie Francois, along with Keith Fustel for today at the races, and taking a look at Saturday's action and a quick glance at the track, Keith, for today's races. Fast off the turf, some much-needed rain.
Yes.
Some places with lots of it last night. I don't know much here at Laurel, but in my house, definitely got some much-needed rain. Probably 3/4 of an inch, I would guess. So in the area, there's still a chance of rain for later this afternoon. Hope we escape with it. Less hot today. Humidity still in the air. Fast and off the turf today due to that rain last evening.
Yeah, hopefully we can get back on it tomorrow. We shall see. But, yeah, it was an interesting ride home, to say the least. The car's clean. I know that.
Yeah.
Hadn't been washed in a while. Yeah, it was absolutely. Yeah. I think the rain was coming down on 695, faster and harder than any car wash I've been in. It was definitely
so you got the
a little
works.
treacherous.
You got the
there.
works, $20.
I got the works,
okay.
yes.
$22, whatever it is now. Okay.
Didn't get the late wax, but
No,
other than that, yes. All right, we're good.
All righty, so 9 races on the program today. We'll take you through some videos, some horses in the spotlight today. I'll have a late pick 5 ticket. Keith, I believe you have an early pick 4 ticket, right?
I do. Card, I don't have a slew of big prices. We're going to have to connect the dots a little bit here today with some maybe shorter price. I think we might have somebody come up and grab you, but I know you've got a good shot later in the card. But
how about this opener? Five riders, 5 apprentices in a 7-horse field. Andres Chavez, Roger Chatri, Corey Mongan, Christian Maldonado, and Tony Radcliffe. In a race, I think, is probably, though a 7-horse field, one of the tougher ones of the day.
No doubt. And I do have a little value here. 8-1 morning line. Love You Bye-Bye. We tried yesterday with Thomas McMahon's horse. Ran really, really big. I had to kind of maneuver through a little bit of traffic mid-stretch, dropped inside, got beat a zop. But Love You Bye-Bye. I mean, kind of the light bulb went on at a big price, similar to the horse yesterday. Ran big at a big number. Island Delight came back and followed that race up. I'm looking for the same here for this 2-horse, Love You Bye-Bye with Chavez. I think should sit a very good trip. Was well in hand. Do we have video of that one? We can go to that video spotlight if we can from Delaware. And got great position early. Not the strongest of fields, Dave, but you had a really big dropper, back class, first gelding, Wendell Fong for Ness there trailing. But look at this horse down to the inside. The 3 this particular afternoon kept in position under a little bit of coaxing. It works out or gets this nice trip as Wendell Fong's got to go 6-7 wide upper stretch, but does sustain into that. Likes the distance here at 5.5 furlongs. I'm glad to see that the track came up fast because not so much, from the wet track efforts. This one's going to sit a good trip because I tell you, Big Hambone, Top Boss, they're very quick. I think these two will go early, setting things up nicely for Love You Bye-Bye to get that inside-out trip again with Chavez.
Which Love You Bye-Bye will show up today. That horse was 17-1 in that race. Visually didn't win like a 17-1 shot, right? Last jump, beating a couple of favorites. Good trip. He's run races good enough to win. I just don't trust him that much off of his races in May and June here at Laurel. I mean, that was a complete turnaround for him. Yeah, maybe they've figured him out. He's just an off-and-on type. He had no spark here on June 16th. I know he was 20-1 and a little bit tougher field with some speed in there. But I'm going to go here to 6 Great Days Ahead, who's dropping in class, and I think maybe should benefit from a little bit of a pace up front. The 2 Love You Bye-Bye has had speed in the past, but again, with that tack last time just off the pace, maybe they'll do that. But I think that Big Hambone and Top Boss may mix it up early. Great Days Ahead looking to get the trip. He's dropping in for the $7,500 level. Trainer Joe Woodett in his race at Pimlico that was taken off the turf back in May would more than do in this spot.
Yeah, and that number, 4 races back at Pimlico, kind of stands out where he got the better of Top Boss. He'll be chasing that one around the racetrack today. And off of that most recent race, July the 13th, we saw the horses come out of there to run big. There's Island Delight, John Hall, got the job done and won out of that race on July the 13th. 2-6 for me, 6-2 for Dave. Let's roll to the second.
Yeah, that's enough of that one. So let's go to race number 2. That's our first pick for the day. Off the turf scratch, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, and 12. And I'm going to go with All the Way in here. Number 5, I believe it's your top selection.
Okay.
That's one of the 2 horses you have to kick off the early pick 4. Is your ticket $16?
Yeah, kind of a cheap ticket day, $16. All the Way, returning for Phil Capuano, adding Lasix. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Also like the 10, Win No Joke. Troy Singh with a nice win the other day with Coal Mine. Got it done from off the pace, inside-out trip. Race 3, 2 deep as well. With the 1, Buckin' Dreamer. The 4, Little Skippy. We've got 2 horses in the 4th, the 3 and the 9, Rob. Which one's going to show up? Hopefully both of them do. Dad's Tap, Brewmaster. Some interesting breeding, some stats there in race number 4. Wrap it up in a spread race to me. 2, 4, 5, and 7. Mixes Lucky Starfire, trying to win right back for Kieran McGee and company. Summer State of Mind. The 5, Sustenance, at a 10-1 morning line is interesting to me. And the 7, another price, Omar Cummins. We'll let you talk about that one. I know you like that horse in race number 5. It's a $16 early pick 4 ticket.
Yeah, I was between the 5 and the 10 in here with All the Way and Win No Joke. Off the layoff, All the Way, you see, was second to Play Harder back last year as a 2-year-old, and gave him some time away after that race in November, a victory. Comes back with first-time Lasix for trainer Phil Capuano. Yeah. First Lasix, Phil Capuano.
Yeah, here's
strong.
Your stat. Here it is. It's 4 for 11, 36%, 8 for 11 in the money, excluding the first-time starters. ROI, 355. Hasn't been seen since November. Was also entered in another turf race. Scratched out of there. Private vet scratch. Comes back, though, protected off of the claim. I like that. There is a little speed in here. I think Dubai Fire is fresh with some speed for Mark Beecher. Piccolo, Diablo inside for Weaver. Should be wanting to go. Even Street Tough. So I think lurking J-Rod all the way to get it done off the break from off the pace.
Win No Joke for Troy Singh. Transferred to the barn from December back to May here. That first race off the turf, moved to the main track. Good effort behind Park Place. So he can run on the main track. Last time out, finished 3rd, Keith, but it was involved in a traffic jam. I mean, a huge jam.
Yes.
Entering the turn and rallied to finish 3rd behind the informed Brittany Russell trainee named Nielsen in that race. So I think they're going to be on the engine with him today, not letting anybody get any way with anything in here. Win No Joke. I think he's a big threat. That's the only 2 I can see, really, the 5 and the 10 with through and the 2 and the 7 there in the underneath, unless you think one of those actually has a shot to win the winner. I mean, you didn't use them on that early pick 4 first leg.
No, I think they're involved in the early flow. Dubai Fire quick. It has a good turn of foot along with his 2. Street Tough might bring it, but I think this race goes to those horses that prompt the pace, that being the 5 and 10. All the way going to come way down, unfortunately, off of that morning line of 10-1. Very well could be the favorite. Yeah, scratch the 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, and 12 out of race number 2.
Yeah, Dubai Fire very fast. He'll probably try to go. I would say that J-Rod will keep him hustling, keep him close, and Win No Joke, he's going to be right there, too. I don't think that he'll make the lead in this spot, but those 2 will sit a good trip right off perhaps the speed of the 7. At least on paper it looks that way.
And you look all the way. Right there with Play Harder, we've seen what that one's been able to do of late. I think he's a 5-time winner now, won via DQ. A little, just didn't really fire last time out, but keys up against the right kind is All the Way.
Race 3, no scratches. A 2 is 1 over, going 6 furlongs, and we do have some video of your top pick in here.
Yeah.
Number 1, Buckin' Dreamer, comes off a 2nd place finish behind the informed Sugar Steve. I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Phil Brooks got us done in the TV department. Thank you very much. We had to do some last-minute editing, some audibling, and gets it done. Buckin' Dreamer, Joanne Schenkel, having a solid meet. Not a slew of runners, but, hey, they're running well. Buckin' Dreamer, I like this number. Last time out, a 71 buyer into Sugar Steve, 22-4, 46-3, battling through those solid internal fractions. Kept on very well, as Sugar Steve. We see the form. We'll see him later an improved horse for Corrales. I think he's 3 for 3 on the main track since returning. But Buck and Dreamer well clear of the rest. Order the Kettle would fit perfectly here. Into the flow right off the bat. Let's get a good break. I don't think he necessarily needs to lead. Holding very good form here. I'll come back at a short price with Tyus Liapestina in the irons.
Yeah, easily could have made him the top pick, on for a little better price in here. Number 4, Little Skippy. Tossed that last race at Monmouth, had trouble at the start. 2 and 3 back. Caught some really in-form horses, Freedom Road and Wild Patinga's twin, who's in good form right now as well. And then at Pimlico in late May, I think that number as a race good enough to not only win, but win by daylight in this spot when he was second behind Freeze the Fire. I'm hoping for a good break from the gate. Sharp break, just get position. If he wins, then he wins. And if he doesn't, well, you know, then I guess I should have gone the other way. I should have gone Buck and Dreamer.
I expect a good effort out of Little Skippy. Both our top selections, the 1 and the 4, were out of condition last time out. They were in against multiple winners. Come back now to the 2 in life. That's key for both of these. Bill of Rights, back on short rest, able to kind of bump up, stay right here in this 20 down to 16 because it was in for 16. Lacey Gaudet trying to get on the board. She's done very well the last few years running these horses off a short rest. 4 for 6 on 1 to 7 days rest on the main track with a 470 ROI. Did a lot of the dirty work last time. Has shown the ability to sit when sprinting, going those 7/8. I think this horse definitely works. We'll be spying the speed mid-turn.
Get J-Rod aboard here, riding him for the first time off the claim, and the horse has hit the board 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 5 out of 7 tries here at Laurel Park. Okay, let's go to race 4.
Rainbow
5.5 on the main track and off the turf. Got a lot to talk about here. Scratch the 7, a redoubtable Ripken Rainbow Pick 6 carryover, $7,523.
Yeah, I mean, we're offering some value. $75.23 doesn't seem like I could use that. Talk about the late pick 5 yesterday. I want to talk about that one. Not really any big prices. TC Nay, $17, got off at a great price in the last. $3,000, over $3,000 for that late pick 5 with a 12% takeout. That surprised me. I did not play it yesterday, and I am kicking myself because all of those horses were within our selections. Yeah, let's get to the 4th. Off the turf here. 2-year-olds, lots of good breeding. I'll kick it off with the 9 Brewmaster, my top selection, Dave, here. 1 at the main track. They get it. Jerry Robbie's got 2 in here. Dat's Tap, the 3-horse. But Brewmaster, half to Taco Supreme. Artful Splatter, 7 siblings, all winners. The little tell for me was X-Man was named on this one. He's down at Colonial, going to ride and do it for Michael in a stake down there. We hand it over to Wesley Ho. He can get it done. He's won a lot of races for this barn. Let's hope Brewmaster is tied on first out of the box. A little bit later fall here by Holy Boss.
His Dan Barushka was a maiden, a 17-race maiden, but produced so many nice horses. Like you said, Artful Splatter, Taco Supreme, both 8-time winners. Renaissance Rosie, a 15-time winner as well. Every 7-day work pattern for this horse, except for where's July 21? I don't know. So, but I mean, I'm not going to hold that against him. He's got the pedigree to win, good outside draw, versus my top pick in Virtuosity. Inside draw. The inside draw post, 5.5 on the dirt at Laurel is 4 for 52. However, this colt is by Complexity. Red hot first time out sire. Throwing nothing but winners. 6 winners out of 17 first-time starters for Complexity. And his half-brother, I believe, to a horse that won at Keeneland and Churchill Downs, a horse named Just Say When. There's a class possibility here. And J-Rod, I know, even though with the 1 post, he's not going to waste any time. He's going to get the horse in the race, be break sharp. He should be right there. So I'm kind of bucking that post position trend, going with the hot sire on top.
I know. And yesterday I tried with Motion. It got me. And Tromby 5 for 67 with the 2-year-old firsters on the main track the last few years. Something's got to give. I tried yesterday. I got burned. Virtuosity, Complexity. Yeah, what a start for this stallion though. At 12.5.
Yeah.
You
That's
think
what put me over
you think
the top
his price might go up a little bit the way these horses are running. I go 9, 3, 1, 8.
Other Rob.
George. Yeah, the other Rob. Let's talk about that. That's Tap. Actually worked a little faster. You go back to the June 30th workout, right? Comparatively out of the gate, worked faster than Brewmaster. This one, by Tappet, $100,000 purchase. This is some fast horses within this family. You got a half-brother, was 3 for 3 on the turf. No parole, extremely fast. Grade 1.
Yeah,
right? Winner.
Have to know Parole, who burst on the scene, a Louisiana bred for Tom Amos, winning the first 3 starts of his career. So if he's anything like his sire. So a little bit of short of the sire's stud fee there, Tappet, in the $100,000 purchase. But again, you mentioned the gate work there. The Bullet, you see, there was 7 gate works that morning, 23 works total, 7 gate works that morning, and this was the best time-wise on the gate works in raw time for That's Tap.
We certainly know Rob can get a 2-year-old to win first time out. I'll let you talk about Surf's Up. You've got this one in the mix. We've got the same 4. George Weaver, again, horse showed that speed yesterday on the turf, faded a little bit. He's trying to really kind of get it going at Laurel Park. It's been a struggle to find the winner's circle for his runners, and they always seem to take play.
The damn windy forecast, I would say, would put this horse on the radar with some speed potential. Ran in some tough races out in California on the turf, and I believe I got the market down in Pleasanton had some early speed as well. So some West Coast speed on the dam there. A windy forecast. McLean's Music. I had marked first-time starter turf sprints in 5 years is 13%. I'm not quite sure what the dirt stat is.
I think he's overall about 15%, which
somewhere
is
in that range, right?
Yeah, and the half sibling ran here. Dave Gale wins. If you remember, I think that was a Jonathan Thomas runner.
That was a long turf horse, though.
But ended up winning, I think, the Geisha on the dirt on the main track. So could be very interesting. $190,000 purchase. Yeah,
plenty to talk about there.
I go Rob. We'll see.
All right, race 5 now, and that is pick 5, late pick 5.
Late pick 5 time.
I put together a $32 ticket for you. It was hard to find a single, but I finally think I found one in the 8th race. It's all going to hinge on Damon Dilladovico. Had 2 in that race, left 1 in, and I'm going to use the 9 in the 8th race as a single. But I think it's a lot of spread, beginning and end. 2, 3, 4, 7 in the first leg, the second leg using the 11 and the 12 and the 6 off the turf. The 7th race going too deep in there. Shortened field with a scratch of Boxing Ben and Circle P, the Inform Sugar Steve, and of course No Easy Days, and then singling Damon's horse off the claim. And in the last race, we talked about this race earlier this morning. I used 4 horses, but easily could have used all in that spot. I mean, that's really a maze of a race.
Yeah,
who would you go for?
I would prefer to go all in there if I could.
Well, I mean, it's only $32 ticket.
Yeah, and the last, I think I ended up with Ness, right? I think I ended up with the running a river, the 5 horse, trying to get to the front and go.
What do we got here in the
race
5th?
5, another little bit of a scramble. Not anybody I can really trust. Kieran Smart trying to, pick it back up. This combo of he and Anthony Radcliffe, the horses are running. Minx's Lucky Starfire, a vet. I don't know if that was a vet, but a voided claim.
Voided claim.
Yeah, voided claim, June 30th. Kind of an easy win. Was up close 3 deep. They weren't going that fast, and this horse just kind of kicked away through the final 1/8 of a mile. There's enough speed in here to set it up. I think he's got a sustainable run. Given a little time, freshen to get things back right again. I'll take a shot here. Minx's Lucky Starfire. I don't know if I'm really going to like the price. Summer State of Mind, the 4 for Phil Cap, the hood on last time out. And this one, the last couple on the main track, fast main track, has gotten it done. Relaxed nicely, I thought, just off the pace and got a major assist when the leader drifted out to about the 6th path, leaving the 5/16. But I thought held firm, had good energy to the wire, through the wire. Might get first run, might have a little bit more positional speed than Minx's Lucky Starfire. I think this one works well. Barbosa rated beautifully last time out. These two may be key around, but if you're looking for value, my 3rd kind of horse in the mix will be used in Exactas. We'll have a couple bucks to win on it. Your top selection in Omar Cumming.
Yeah. Sustenance, Omar coming both in the Rudy Solomon barn. Sustenance has one speed. That's go to the front. I think he's going to be the pacemaker for Omar coming to hopefully close into that legit pace, I would say, in the final furlong. So I want Omar coming off a good race at Delaware, late gain, third beaten only a length, and his race back at Pimlico May going 2 turns would set him up nicely for this. That race to me is within range numbers-wise. Again, how do you trust avoided claim from Kira McGee with a big number, 2 back behind Money Room? That was a mile and an eighth, though. And 7/8 maybe a little bit of a different animal for him. I could see Summer State of Mind, though I wasn't enthused about the 2 horses behind them there. Box and Ben, getting like Micah Closer. Box and Ben, kind of a no follow-through lately. But here's kind of a kicker in here. The 3, Big Daddy's Boy, dull at every call back in March.
Yeah.
But he's rested. He's come back. He's got a lot of 5 furlong works on the 10. Matter of fact, all 5 furlong works. And my buddy Coast Guard Mike down in Virginia plays every day, plays Laurel, several thousand. Well, I guess I shouldn't say if his wife's listening. But anyway, he's a big fan.
Expose him, Dave. Expose him.
He's a big fan. He's one of our bigger players, I think. He's a big fan of the 5 furlong work, and not only do you get 1 or 2, but you get a series of them for Big Daddy's Boy.
And 2 Rob runners again with Big Daddy's Boy. Brady Bear, I think, will be into the mix. Sustenance, the road might go through him, though. He's pretty quick. And again, with the connections, the same owners and trainer, designated hitters, and Rudy Sanchez Solomon, you kind of got the best of both worlds with the 5 and the 7. So I think 5 rolls. Omar coming, tries to make a run into it late.
All right. Let's go to race 6, 5.5 on the main track off turf. Scratch 1, 4, 5, 9, 10, 13, 14.
All
but
right.
that was just a tease.
That's
we'll
right.
have a break,
little
and we'll be back.
All right.
As promised, race 6 here, and it's the Jackpot Super High 5 race 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
Yes,
so we got a high 5 in here.
That's what you need.
$6,906 carryover in the high 5 here off the turf. We mentioned the scratches. Go for it, Keith. How do you like it here?
Yeah, kicks off the late pick 4 as well, so don't miss out on that. Yeah, again, you've got a lot of one-dimensional types in here. They want to be on the lead, maybe just near it. Proper attire, we go 11-8. We're right on the same 4. It's interesting, but I think proper attire last time out, that slow start is what got her. Broke slow, sent inside, and went out there 23-46-1. Just couldn't hold on. Shortens up a 1/16 of a mile. This one in the past, when she's right, and she's protected here off the claim for Silliman. She can hound, she can prompt, and she can kind of grind that last 1/8 of a mile. I like how the other speed is positioned just to the inside of her. Speak Your Mind, I think, might be just a little bit quicker than her dead scent into the turn. But I'm hoping Proper Attire can take to a little bit of rating, not get hung too wide, and then go ahead and make the move somewhere mid-turn to the quarter pole and take it from there. Speak Your Mind, very, very fast. White Knuckle Flyer, the winner's circle has avoided her for a long, long time. If there's ever going to be the setup, she's going to get it today.
Yeah, I think you said pretty much everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the last time out, Proper Attire went out there with a bullet speed. Today she can conserve a little bit. As you mentioned, White Knuckle Flyer today might get the perfect setup. I mean, you look at a horse, hasn't won since, whatever, I'll toss the horse. But in this situation where there could be a really quick pace of that quarter, just enough steam midway on the turn to soften up those front runners, White Knuckle Flyer. Speak Your Mind has it run since May. This is not the greatest angle for Susan Cooney coming back on the dirt off of this kind of layoff, but her numbers are there, and she's a hard-trying mare for sure, 6-time winner, and she's won a couple of those 6 here at Laurel, hit the board 6 times.
No doubt. Yeah. Both are in proper tire. They've shown the ability to take a little bit of heat on the front end. We'll see. 7 Golden Campbell. We've got a little video. We'll kind of show that. I believe this was a turf race, but she had an excuse July the 12th in her most recent dirt effort where she stumbled out of the gate, and it was kind of just a race that fell apart the last eighth of a mile. It's not like Bella Prima was really running. They kind of came back to her. But this effort was pretty good on the turf, and showing that ability to sit just off of it, save ground, and she's going to need to save ground today to enhance any kind of run she's going to bring into this flow. But capable. She hasn't won on a fast main track, but she's got some figures that stack up. Would not surprise me if she's in the exacta try or super in today's
beating 2 lengths
race.
behind a fast winky Spike Margarita way back in that first race of 2024. She's within range, but it's saying you're going to have a perfect trip.
Yep.
All right, let's go to race 7 and scratch 1 and 3. The inform horse right now, Sugar Steve. He's really good. Our trainer Jose Corrales now looking for 3 straight victories.
And this is the step up now. We're going to see really how good Sugar Steve is. He got a great setup. We'll go to that video from July the 19th here at Laurel Park. As we talked about, perfect on the main track since the return. Has added Lasix off of that break as well when it came back May 24th at Pimlico. But look at this. Dumpy, Dancer Green, inevitable connection. All that speed was there, and just pounce. Bold 4 to 5 wide move, as I've kind of put into the comment line, and ridden out. Just responds to a couple little taps here, leaving the 3/16. Opens up 3 and not really challenged at all from there. Short field here today. May have to be used a little bit to stay closer. Let's see if he can kind of bring that finish. It was no easy days. I still think he's run against better. He got back to the right condition after being in some 2 other thans. Beat by a good horse last time. Freeze the fire. A couple different moves in that race to come back. Just missed. Showstopper Copper probably will go. I went and watched that race. It was a runaway victory at Penn. Don't really know who he beat. I know he's going to step up here, and he was under a drive to win it. He was used hard. Moving away from that field. I don't think he's going to have an easy time separating from No Easy Days, who makes the first run. Disputed Claim, looking for him to kind of bounce back. I know he's better than what he showed.
Yeah, well, if he's super fast, No Easy Day is going to have another tussle on his hand, but Freeze the Fire, Indian Lake, certainly just, might put No Easy Days right over the top. I went the other way here, 2-6, you went 6-2.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to race 8 in the program and scratch the 2. And it's got style. 6 Switzer, 7 Jolly Boss, 8 Benny Havens. That race off the turf again, 5.5 main track off turf today. And I made my single here in the late pick 5. Damon first off the claim. And you went to the inside there with 1 whirlwind ride. Consistent he is, but 3 for 52, 15 seconds.
Hey, I don't know how. I've got 1 whirlwind ride, 3 for 52, 3 for 33 star shopping. You're right. You've got the horse that's yet to show he can't handle the main track, right? I mean, that's the key.
Well, that's the key, right.
But we got a video spotlight of the one whirlwind ride. Now, granted, this was originally we thought was going to be turf, but you know what? He's running plenty fine on the main track as well. But looking at that June 29th race, going 5.5 on the turf course here, a little bounce around early. Got into contention with Midday Image and Dr. Jeff, some really fast horses. Phantom Smoke, that one's really, really fast. And I tell you, this guy, he held well every step of the way. Only beaten a length and 3/4 when it's all said and done. So his return try on the main track, July the 12th, was also pretty good. Prompted the pace under rating, about 3 to 4 wide. Made that move into Odense. So that wasn't really like a any real quality, I don't say dirt run. Disputed was in there. I thought that horse would run a little bit better. Nobody really truly fired other than that. But he tried hard. Went over to his left lead in that most recent dirt try. Maybe a touch of flattening. I thought he was giving effort to the wire. He'll sit the trip just inside. But the real question mark, right, is Shape Note to me is kind of an all or nothing sort for Damon Dilladovico.
One Whirlwind Ride has a tendency to kind of linger on that left lead, and that's kind of his undoing. Yep. I think it's why he's finished second 15 times from 52 starts. He has a habit of doing that all the time. But I went to Shape Note, taking a chance he's going to like the dirt. Mendelssohn is 14% with dirt sprinters. And I'm keying off that race back March at Turfway Park. It looks like an okay race. When you dig deep down, what a race that was. Joe Scheisse's come back to win out of that race at 29-1 upset winner, and the Churchill Downs turf winning a $291,000 stake. Always in mischief or something like that. I can't read my own scribble. Won his next two starts, though restricted stakes at smaller tracks. The horse also in there came back to win, Barksdale. Barksdale won his next two, set the pace yesterday at Saratoga in the Grade 2 Hall of Fame. I just think that was just a really, really tough race, top to bottom. And he should have hope, has to have some early speed transferring to the dirt here. And Barbosa aboard, off the claim for the Dilladovico barn, going good guns right now. I'll take them.
I don't think there's going to be any thought. It's just going to break good and hopefully go and increase your advantage around the turn. We'll see how he's traveling mid-turn. If he's sitting there, clear by about a length, under a little bit of rating, it could be lights out 1, 2, 3. Let's get to the ninth and
we're
finish
way behind
up.
time, so
That's okay.
I have nothing to say about the ninth race.
We started a little bit late. All right, the ninth. I'm going to go 5-1-6-2. You're 3-5-2-6. Running River to me likes the one-turn mile. I think he's got 2 or 3 wins over this course doing that. Showed a lot of heart, I thought, digging in. Maybe not against the best group. He's got to deal with possibly War Novel. If he's able to go ahead and clear, I think this Ness runner can nurse and go on with it from the top of the stretch. Samyaza, the other Ness runner, hasn't seen the dirt, I think, since Canterbury back in 2022. So first time Ness angle works for me. Albertano, we know what he does at this 1 mile distance. He's maybe not the same Albertano, but if things get heated up front, look for this one to unleash a run from the 3/16 pole home. That does it for the 9-race card. A couple little quick hitters with some best bets and value plays for the lightning round. My best bet all the way, don't even look at that morning line. It's going to come way, way down. First Lasix was the stat on the main track for Phil Capuano, 36%. A little bit of speed to go out. I think he stalks and pounces with J-Rod.
Okay, I'm hoping in the 8th race, Shape Note likes the dirt, and that's what's going to be key here. Comes out of a stacked race of 3 or 4 back at Turfway Park. We just talked about that a few moments ago. All the winners out of there.
Value in the opener. My value play yesterday got bet down just to miss. Tough beat. Gift to Gab. Love you bye-bye here in race 1. Number 2, Tom McMahon. We'll chase him again. We just missed yesterday. But I think this one can pair up. I think we ran a stat. These horses off their better races can run them right back. Look for Top Boss, Big Hand Bone to go early. Chavez to sit chilly inside and work a trip from there, possibly from the 5/16 pole. Love you, bye-bye. Down already early, the 3-1. Let's hope that price floats back up.
My value in the 5th race from the Rudy Solomon barn, Omar Cummin, hoping Sustenance sets a quick pace, and Omar Cummin can get up at the wire.
A little Armando R action you like yesterday, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a race from him.
Yeah, sat back chilly, 6 wide, and here we go.
Tomorrow, Sunday stakes action here at Laurel Park. None is pretty much several Sundays this month. And so we've got a list of stakes, I believe, for tomorrow afternoon.
I know the Searching's one of them.
Yeah.
The Bald Eagle. And give me the 3rd. I know we had a board. We were going to run it. We might not run it, but that's okay. We got one more. There it is. Thank you.
Bald Eagle Derby.
Caesar's Wish.
Okay. So that's 12:25 post times. Triple stakes action tomorrow afternoon. 17 minutes to post. Thank you, Keith.
Let me disappear, and you'll be back with the changes.
Coming up, program changes on the way. Good luck.